Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where as promised, we've made some progress on moving stuff into storage. As you can see, there's been some changes. We've moved a lot of stuff over to this side over here. This is now basically completely free to begin construction. We are going to need to do a little bit of work on getting this tank over. I'm not entirely sure how that goes just yet, so let's try that out. We've got most of our parts over here ready to go. Of course, we're going to have to move some of these around as we work on this a little bit, but that's okay. Let's see here. Is that due to part attachments, or can we just not move this tank? We may not be able to move this fuel tank. I did think of this, though. And we have a decoupler right here. Actually, I think this is technically... one of these is the decoupler. So it looks like we can't actually move this fuel tank here. That's a little bit unfortunate. Yeah, we can't detach the fairing due to part attachments, but this fuel tank is going to have to go. Now, we do still have docking ports up here that are currently put away, so that's okay. We can get out the docking ports if we need fuel here. We can bring fuel in, but it's good to know that you apparently can't move fuel tanks. But we're probably going to ion propel this thing anyway. So what we're going to do here is we're going to swap over to here, and we are going to decouple this. Goodbye. Fantastic. We don't lose a lot of fuel from that. And we can now take our segment hub here, in theory, assuming... what have I done wrong here? We're in construction mode. We can't grab the hub either. Oof. Well, I guess this is going to have to be longer than I anticipated. But that's fine. So getting rid of this is okay. We can't grab this hub, but we can grab these up here. So this is because this is a Restock Plus part, and those don't appear to be editable via Kerbals. So I guess this is staying where it is, and we're just going to have more slop here than I expected on this extension here. That's completely okay. So let's go ahead and quick save that real quick, and we're going to head back to the Space Center. Yeah, Bill's going to be free floating. We're not going to be here for long. We're going to hop into the VAB. Just as soon as we can here. Any moment now. Come on, VAB. There we go. We're going to hop into the VAB because I wanted to look at the center point of this station. Center point station. Where have I heard that before? That is definitely not a reference to the next generation. Okay, so we're going to grab the mining ring plan here. We're going to load that up. So all we've got here, this is not hinged. All we've got here is a telescoping hydraulic cylinder. And then that's on the advanced grabbing unit. Okay, so we'll go ahead and leave here. And we're going to hop back into our flight plan here. Or not our flight plan here. We're going to hop back into our Kerbal here, and we're going to, of course, put together this tiny bit of the station. The center bit is going to be good to go. That will be fantastic. So we'll go ahead and fly our Bill Kerman here. I'm not sure how far he's drifted away from the station in this time. We'll find out. Probably not very. But if he has, we've got EVA propellant. It's no big deal. Okay. Oh, and also these are strutted together over here, so they're not going to be wiggling all over, just for the record. Okay, so we're going to grab our large telescoping hydraulic cylinder. This is from that first test arm that we built. And we're just going to attach that guy, not like that, but like that. Okay, and then we put our grabbing arm right here on the end. We might have to drift a little bit closer to actually get it on there. There we go. So, there's our first section done. This is a little bit awkward in terms of angling, but it's okay. And at this point, we now know that we need to start working on our very first arm on this thing. So, we're going to go with a hinge, and it needs to be able to hinge in this direction here. And we're going to put the other hinge on the other side, just to be safe. Not really safe, but there we go. We're going to do that. And then we're going to put a small telescoping hydraulic cylinder here, if I recall correctly. Actually, don't have the screenshot that I took last episode, so I'm kind of doing this by memory. but I'm pretty sure it was a small cylinder. And then we would have a modular girder segment XL, which is like 5 or 6 of these, something along those lines. We're going to grab several of them here, and we're going to do 1, 2, if I can get it rotated, 3, there we go. We're going to have to come to a halt here, and 4, and then I believe we're going to have to head up over this way. Yeah, there we go, and 5. So I think we'll have this be a size of 5. Even if it was originally 6, I think we'll have it be 5. Okay, so next we're going to have to remove some of these guys, and I just want to be slowly moving these struts over this way through time, because we're going to need to get them over this way eventually, but right now they're reasonably fine where they are. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And then we need to hinge, I believe. Oh man, I've completely forgotten. We need to go back to the VAB right now and retake the screenshot of the template, because I shut down my computer and completely lost it. So we're going to head in over this way and grab the VAB as soon as we can. We don't want to leave Bill alone for too long. But I want to get at least this first arm built. Actually, what I want to do this episode is I want to get this arm, and then I want to get the grab arm, because this first one should be a mining, if I remember correctly. It's mining, grab, mining, if I remember correctly. Let's open up the plan. And yes, mining, grab, mining. So this is actually a telescoping hydraulic cylinder. I need to screenshot this. Let me do that real quick. There we go. Thank you, Windows. And let me move that where I can see it. Perfect. Okay, so there is no hinge here. The hinge is in the middle. Got it. So now we'll head back, and that is what we will construct. I want to get this first side done and then maybe do the other side off camera. We'll see how long it takes to get this first side done. It may or may not take a while. We'll see. But we'll grab Bill here, and we're going to fly. And any moment now. Come on, KSP. You can do it. I have faith. I know you're not responding right now, but you'll get there. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to quick save here just in case there's any physics krakens. And looking at this is all currently correct. So we need to grab ourselves a modular girder segment here, and we need to have that be right there. And then we need another one of these telescoping cylinders. So we'll grab this guy, and we will put that right here in approximately the center. Or actually, yeah, that'll do. Okay, so we'll put it there, and then we need another pair of hinges and another telescoper. And we're also going to need to move over one of these mining drills. So we're going to grab this one here once we are in range. I'd like to just temporarily store it out over here. We could also temporarily store it down here if there's a spot. I see a spot right in here. Oh man, it's so fast. Actually, we can just store it there. That'll do for now. Okay, so we'll have that there. We need one more of these, and we need a total of 1 hinge as well. So we need a hinge and a small telescoping cylinder. We're going to head down over this way and get those ready to go. So we're going to grab a telescoping cylinder. I'm just going to place that there for right now. And then we're going to need a hinge as well. As soon as Bill is done welding, we will head over this way and see about grabbing ourselves a hinge. That'll do. Cool. Now we will head over this way. Actually, I want to be a little more zoomed out than that. And I want to take a look at how much EVA propellant we've got. We've got plenty. Okay, we're just going to mount that here. Just have it in easy reach. And this will mount here. Again, for easy reach. Okay. Next, we will come up over this direction. And this hinge needs to be hinge facing out. I'd also like this to be closed, but that's okay. So hinge facing out would be like that. Cool. So one more telescoper here, and that would go like that, I believe? No, that's backwards. So we need to flip that one back around. Like that. There we go. Now we need another modular girder segment, which there's conveniently one right here. There we go. And at this point, this guy needs to be mounted here on top of this. For the time being, we're kind of drifting away. Let's find ourselves a place to put it. Actually, we can just have it be here. That's okay. We can have it floating free in space as we reposition. There we go. Okay, so we need it to be on top of here, facing that direction, like that. And that should be our first mining arm completed. Let's hop into the pod and refresh our EVA propellant. Not that we really need it. Let's hop in there and test it out a little bit. So we're going to do something kind of like this. Grab onto that, hop in, and I want to get this reset back. So we'll get that. Whoa, that's way too fast. That is way too fast. Please don't. We're going to set that traverse rate back down to 9. I forgot about that. Okay, traverse rate of 9 and target angle of 0. There we go. Okay, so that will position there. And how much can we extend this out, in theory? Plenty is the answer. We can extend it quite a lot. So we can have this go almost the full length of this particular arm segment. Cool. And we can deploy the drill. Not that that's going to do anything. Yeah, we don't need you right now, KER. Thanks. In fact, we can probably just completely get rid of KER for the moment. That is this guy? No, that's the toolbar controller. That's KER. There we go. We don't need that. Okay, so we'll retract that drill, and this is fine. So now we need to build the grabber arm, which is largely going to be the same arm, except that we're going to need one of the large telescopes and 2 of the small. Okay, so we're going to have Bill EVA, and we will let go, and we're going to head on through this small little gap that we've got here. I like how we kept the engine, and we did not keep the fuel tank. But that's okay. That fuel tank may have also been a restock mod part, so that might make some sense. We're going to need to grab, oh yeah, the hydraulic cylinders. We need those. So we're going to head over here first and just back off a little bit. We're going to hop into Kerbal construction mode. We're going to grab a big cylinder, and we're going to grab a little cylinder. And I think we need one more little. Yeah, we need 2 little and a big. Okay, so we'll put that there. Cool. What else do we need? We need, I believe, 2 hinges. So we'll just position up here. I'm trying to get our relative momentum. There we go. Get our relative momentum a little bit more under control. But we will need 2 hinges here. I will put these on the underside for the time being. And that just gets them a little closer to over here. Okay. So that's all of the parts that were stored that we need. And then we'll come up over this direction here. And we will grab our little hinge. Place that up on this arm for temporary sake. Actually, we can do the same. Actually, did I call that a hinge? That's a hydraulic cylinder. We're going to move this up over this way. And this up over this way. Cool. And this as well. I guess we'll put that there for now. We're drifting pretty far, so we're going to need to undrift. Again, it's easier if you use ladders. We're not using ladders. I'm deliberately choosing to not use ladders here. We're also going to need one of these grabbers. We brought 4 of them. I think we have an extra. I think we only need 3 for the design. But we'll grab that one. Cool. Other than the modular girder segments, that is everything that we need over here. I'm going to continue to move these strut connectors back this direction because they will need to continue to move. Eventually we'll store them in here when we don't need them, but we're out of range for that right now. So for now, we're just going to continue to get these moved on over. Some of these aren't actually connecting. That's okay. I don't actually care if they connect or not. We just mostly want to get them moved so that we can interact with these parts over here. Okay. And finally, this one. That'll do. Okay, so we've got our modular girder segments good to go. I'm going to move this guy a little bit more up here. And we're going to put our hinge in. We need this hinge to be hinge out, is what we need here. For the time being, we will just do that, although that's definitely not where I wanted to go, but I wanted to get that momentum changed. Okay, that is not the angle that I want this to be at. We're going to mount it here and see if that allows us to change the angle. No, we're just going to have to rotate it with the rotate tool. I'm going to turn snapping on for that because I want this to be like this. Okay. And no, I don't want to warp. There we go. Man, it just does not want to snap onto that, does it? Okay, there we go. It snapped from that angle. That's not the correct rotation, but we can change that. It's in the correct position, and that is ultimately what matters. Well, actually, it's not in the correct position. That snapping point is really awkward. Okay. There. That's the way we wanted it. Perfect. Okay. So at this point, we need to put in one of the small hydraulic cylinders, and we definitely will do so. We'll grab the further one, since that's the one that's harder to get to. Okay. And that should snap in like this. There we go. Gonna hop away from this real quick. And we're gonna park right here for the moment and swap over because I want to get this, first off, down to a traverse rate of 9 and then a target angle of 0. Okay, so we'll get that closed. That will make this a little bit easier to work with. And then, of course, we're going to need to grab ourselves some of these modular girder segments and snap them right on here. I want a total of 5 of them. We're probably not going to be able to get all of them in from distance here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 of them over this way instead. Okay. I'm going to grab this one as well. We've got a bit of a range issue here, but that's fine. Let that weld finish up and come on down over this way. We'll just deposit that right here. And this guy right here to be a little easier to reach. And this guy as well. Okay. So that's all of the parts. Well, actually not quite all of the parts that we need for this arm. We need one more modular girder segment. There we go. Fantastic. And we're going to come up over this direction. And of course, we need to move 2 of these to be here. There we go. And we don't need anything else over here just now because this guy snaps on going one of these directions. There we go. Right there. It's not perfect, but it'll do. So then we use a small telescoping cylinder right there. And then we put in the hinge on top of that. And this is correct on the hinging. And then we put this guy right here. And then, oh, that did not actually go on. There we go. Now it attached. And then we put the grabber arm right on like that. And that's another arm complete. Beautiful. We're almost halfway done with constructing this ring section. There's a lot of equipment over here that we still need to utilize, of course. Let's hop in over here. I want to set this hinge, of course, to be at a traverse rate of 9. And then a target angle of 0. I want to check this hinge. Actually, if the hinges are closed, we should be safely able to assume that they are at the correct traverse rate. So that should be fine. I want to make one more mining arm yet this episode. So we are going to, for that, need 3 small hydraulic cylinders and 2 hinges and, of course, one of these bad boys. So let's get that started. When I built the storage area here, I was expecting our actual building site to be more like over here. That was the plan, in case you're wondering why this is going to get so far away. That was not the plan to not be able to move this hub, but that's completely fine. So for now, we're going to grab this drill, and we're going to move it as far over this way as we're allowed to. I guess there will work. And we're going to need 3 small cylinders. Okay, we're going to need 3 small cylinders and 2 hinges. So 1, 2, 3, and 2 hinges. 1 and 2. Okay, so now we're going to need to move these down and then deposit them up over here, where we'll be able to use them while working. So they need to be moved over. This guy can be placed, in theory, somewhere up here. I'm hoping. I hope. Okay, we're going to drop him there for now and kill some of that momentum. Grab him again. This is not quite the momentum that I wanted here. That's a little bit better. Okay. And we need to find a spot that we can place this. Actually, right there is a decent temporary spot. And that would be a good spot for future builds, or future arm builds as well. So that sounds good. We're going to need our hinges and our cylinders, of course. Okay, we'll park here for now and just move those all the way down to the end of this arm. And there we go. Now we're going to need to start moving them up onto this arm for construction purposes. So we'll place this here just so that we can grab them a bit later on. This one can go here. This guy can go here. This one can go up over here. That'll do. And this one can go here. Cool. Okay, so there's all of that. Now we need 6 modular girder segments. So we'll take some of these and place them just over here for now. 1, and then rotate so that we can snap these together. 2, 3, and at this point I'm going to mount these like this. 4, 5, and 6. Cool. So then we will head up over this direction and begin assembling the actual arm here. All of our components are up here now. And we're then going to put in this hinge, which of course needs to hinge in a particular way, and that is not that way. I want it to hinge in, well, I guess like that. And then we can rotate that. Okay, let's match this momentum a little bit better. There we go. And we need this, of course, to hinge outward. Oh, this is, we're having that same issue where it didn't want to snap it correctly. Okay. There, that snapped correctly. Cool. So with that hinge there, we can then put in a telescoping hydraulic cylinder. That is what we need here. So that, of course, goes in like that. And then we need 5 modular girder segments. So let's get a little bit closer over here where we can actually grab some of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, and can we reach this? Not quite. So we're just going to mount that there right now. It's awkward. But we're going to move over, and now we can mount it correctly. 5. Cool. So we're going to need the 6ths, of course. And we'll come on over this way. There we go. We're going to grab the 6ths and place it right about here is fine. Cool. Then we need to put in a hydraulic cylinder going not this direction, I can tell you that. This direction. No. This direction. There we go. Then we need the hinge here. Wait, this is wrong, isn't it? We have this going on the wrong side. I'm pretty sure. I need to think. Yes, this goes on this side. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, this hydraulic cylinder then goes in here. Cool. The hinge goes onto this guy. Like that. This would be rotated like that. So this actually needs to be rotated not like this, but rather like this. The hinge faces out. There we go. And then we put on the hydraulic cylinder there. I believe we need one additional modular girder segment that I did not grab. Bill did not want to turn around there. There we go. Bill turned around. We need to grab one more hydraulic cylinder, so we'll go get that quick. Cool. Place that over there for now. We can definitely see that there's some waggly bits going on here. But we're not also expanding this to have too many physics jumps in the future. Let's go ahead and quick save in case there's any physics krakens that happen here. And we will place this guy going like this. And just to make this a little bit easier for myself, I'm going to get all of this folded in the correct direction. Just to make sure that I don't make any boneheaded mistakes, which is very possible. So we're going to have this traverse rate be 9 and set that target angle to 0. This guy is going to have his traverse rate be 9 and set that target angle to 0 as well. Okay, now I'll hop over to Bill and make our way on over here. In construction mode, we grab this, and we want this to be facing not that direction, but this direction, like that. Okay, so there is one whole arm of our mining ring completed. Do I feel like we used half of our equipment here? Well, we've got a lot of extra mining drills. We could mount those theoretically. Oh, I'm going the wrong way here. We could mount those theoretically to this thing as well and have multiple mining drills per arm. That is an option. For now, I think that we're going to get the other side done, and we may... Let's see, we've got one grabber arm here and one here. So we have one more grabber that we could do. I definitely feel like we brought too much mining, but that's fine. We'll see how that goes. I mean, we're going to have 2 mining arms over here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, that's definitely a potential concern. But we might be able to mount these multiple to one of these. We'll see about that. At any rate, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to see about getting the second arm built here. That'll be fantastic. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Spartan News, Rose Valentine, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, and the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.